24 hours after I make a video criticizing Bob Chapek and Disney overall, I have to sit here and now I'm defending them. My name is Tom and this is Tom's Take. Hey there guys, Tom here. Welcome back to my movie channel and thank you very much for joining me. I did my video yesterday. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I did my video summarizing this whole Black Widow debacle and why I think Disney's headed towards an utter disaster and why I think Bob Chapek is basically an incompetent CEO. So then I wake up this morning and Bob Chapek's in the news again because while on an investors call, he made some comments about the upcoming Marvel Studios movie Shang-Chi, which has since caused some controversy and a lot of misinformation going around because the lead of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Simu Liu, who's a great actor, someone I'm a big fan of because I loved his show Kim's Convenience, he came out on Twitter and basically took a cheap shot at what Bob Chapek said. So before I get into my comments, I want to give you the facts. This is what Bob Chapek actually said so that then you can make up your own mind regardless of how you feel. But let's make sure we get the quote absolutely perfect. This is what Bob Chapek said. In a Walt Disney Company quarterly earnings results webcast on Thursday, CEO Bob Chapek called the upcoming film's theatrical release, meaning Shang-Chi, an interesting experiment for us because it's got only a 45-day theatrical window. Chapek was referring to how the film will be released exclusively to movie theaters in a coronavirus-affected market. That comes to us from the website Vulture. That article points out what I was going to say. Bob Chapek, and what a lot of people read the headline and just ran with it, and I can totally see how when you read the headline, Disney CEO calls Shang-Chi an experiment, I can see how that could rub you the wrong way because it is quite kind of a rough headline. It doesn't sound right and it doesn't sound like a good thing to say as the CEO of a company who is putting out your first fully Asian-led superhero movie. And now I am no fan of Bob Chapek. I don't like a lot of the decisions he's been making over the last couple of months. I don't like how he's handled the Scarlett Johansson situation. I don't think thus far, with only a year of being in the job, or just over a year, or just under a year of being in the job, I don't think he's done a very good job at running Disney. That being said, he was not calling the Shang-Chi movie an experiment because it has an Asian cast. It had nothing to do with that. The movie theaters and the studios have come to an arrangement en masse to shorten the theatrical window to 45 days. Now, for those of you who don't know, the theatrical window refers to the amount of time that a movie has to play in theaters exclusively before it can go to home video, streaming, Blu-ray, etc. That window was, I believe it was 90 days before the pandemic, and it's now been shortened to 45 days. And Disney, with their last, I think all of their releases this year, they've all basically gone to Disney Plus, except for Free Guy. So Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, outside of Free Guy, will be the first Marvel Studios big budget tentpole movie to go exclusively to theaters with this new theatrical 45-day window. That is what Bob Chapek was referring to when he called the film an experiment. And again, I can totally understand how if you just read the headline, Disney CEO refers to Shang-Chi as an experiment, I can totally see how that rubbed you the wrong way. But when you read his actual quote, it's kind of clear that's exactly what he was referring to. He was referring to the theatrical release of the film, not the fact that it was an Asian-led cast. Now, how well Shang-Chi actually does, we'll have to see because, you know, it is a new character that we haven't seen in the Marvel Universe before. We are still in the midst of a global pandemic, and we do have a 45-day window, which means the amount of money that Shang-Chi could make with a 90-day window or longer in theaters is potentially hampered by a shorter release window in theaters. Now, look, I don't blame Simu Liu for going on Twitter and saying, we're not an experiment, this film is not an experiment, Asian people are not an experiment. I don't blame Simu Liu for that at all, but I just wanted to set the record straight on this because, once again, you know, it's a real problem, I think, in film fandom and in the online sphere in general. People just read a headline and they take that headline and run with it, and it's almost fake outrage because they're not actually reading the full quote, they're just reading a headline. And then that's how misinformation spreads so quickly to the point now you've got people saying, well, Bob Chapek's racist. Like, I've seen that on Twitter. Now listen, I don't know Bob Chapek from a bar of soap. I don't know whether he rescues baby seals in his free time. I don't know whether he kicks puppies in his free time. I don't know the guy. All I can go on is what the quote said. And what the quote said clearly was not about race. It was not about Shang-Chi. Whatever movie was coming out would be an interesting experiment with the new 45-day window. Whatever movie is coming out. It doesn't matter whether it's Shang-Chi or not. It just happens to be that it's unfortunate that it is Shang-Chi, because with any other movie, him saying this would cause absolutely no controversy whatsoever. Anyway, guys, what did you think of Bob Chapek's comments? Did you interpret them differently than I did? To me, personally, I don't think these comments at all are at all up for interpretation. I think the quote makes it absolutely clear what he was saying, but maybe you have a different opinion. If you do, jump down in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on my take on all things movies. My name is Tom, and I will talk to you guys next time.